I just came from the court hearing. I was the very first one to be called. It happened so fast, and let me start walking to my car. I wasn't able to present all of my evidence. And the plaintiff, they didn't show up. It was phoned in by the attorney. I'm just in shock, and my lockout is today, 6 o'clock this morning, 6:01, but it's 9:24, and so far no police. Arthur moved the cars off the property. My son's RV is still on the property. He's been working so hard restoring it, just in case I lose, to be on the safe side, if I lose this eviction case, which I lost, so I'm homeless. The judge didn't take into consideration any of my evidence. He said that he didn't take any of that down. He said I should have responded with I don't know, something like, maybe like I gave maybe its consent towards the unlawful detainer by my responding to it. And originally I wanted to do like a general response and not the unlawful detainer, because the unlawful detainer, it's like the fastest court hearing, and it gets you in and out because it's usually a tenant-landlord dispute, over like if someone paid rent or not. And my case had nothing to do with the tenant-landlord. There's no tenant-landlord relationship between me and the plaintiff. And the judge did not care to hear about the harassment and the hardship that this has done to me and my daughter, my co-defendant, and how it's displaced us, how her stage 3 kidney failure is a serious it's a serious disability. It's a serious health risk for her to be uprooted from her home. And she's a new mother. This displaced 3 generations of family. And the judge said that he's heard enough and he's got other cases to hear. And I had everything on my phone I was going to read off of, so I don't forget important information. But with the rules, we were told to power off our phones, which I abided by, and I wasn't allotted the time to use my phone. And in my disabilities, I have processing, my ability to, I can't even think. My brain, I don't know, sometimes it works against me and it gets in the way. And my short-term memory, my working memory, it could be faulty. My executive functions, I'm at a disadvantage. I don't have full reins of my 2 different parts of my brain that I would need to, in such a high stake situation. And it just came down to why it became a default judgment. And that why it was in default. I'm not prepared to be homeless. Nobody is. And I know that doesn't it doesn't I'm just one of many people who are displaced and homeless. And but I'll pursue this matter just for justice. And my situation is it's not justice. I lost my house. My house is being, I didn't even say that it's being advertised as a flip home. Well, I'm still in it. I'm gonna actually call the district attorney's office and report this to the fraud division. And I'll report it to the loaning agency that gave my father a loan, and let them know that he played dual roles, assisting the seller, whom it's my mother, who he coerced into stealing my house, my property. And just for profit. I think they would like to know that, because my father bought the property with this fake, facetious LLC company he's hiding behind. The fact that there was, I'm gonna file a I'm gonna dispute this. I should do it now, but I don't really know what I need to do and get, and I want to do it. I'm gonna appeal. I'm gonna appeal this, because it ain't over till I win. That's always been my my motto. In winning, it may not even be my house. That's okay. I gained I grew a lot in this process, and it's been a very lonely process, and it's been very humbling, and the loss is tremendous. With my disabilities, my daughter's disabilities, I have no income. Oh my God, my dog, I have 10 puppies. 10 puppies. They're only 2 weeks old. There's like so much fucked up things about this case. There's so much that an unlawful detainer hearing isn't the forum to present it in. And that's going to take, it's going to take more than an unlawful detainer. And I'm broke, and I'm now homeless. Everything I own is in that house, and I spent all my time working on a case without, having resources. They say they give you resources, but I thought the resource room at the courthouse would be like a library that you can study off of. It wasn't. It was just like a filing clerk's office, who they don't even recommend what forms to use or how to fill them out. And just being in there, I've been here like almost every day. And I didn't fill out the fucking, and I knew this is very important. The for disabilities, there's the it's legally law. It's a disability. It's a disability. Where the first attorney I had was so smug about disabilities. And I told him that I was having a difficult time due to my disabilities. I have severe agoraphobia, where it rendered me disabled. I am stuck in my house, and then then my world just got smaller, and then my room, and then for 2 years I never saw the sun. My goal for the day was just to make it outside and get sunlight, because I knew it wasn't healthy. And not knowing that it was even a condition, I just thought that, I don't know how long I've had this. It's I just experienced a lot of abuse and a lot of coercive control. And I just thought, foolishly maybe, that now that I've named the abuse and my abusers, that standing up and not being controlled and abiding by their abuse and to be silenced, that my story would have a happy ending. But I was wrong. But I know I just didn't know what I didn't know. So I don't feel hard on myself. I made it here on time, and that alone is should be commended. You know, the lawyer, he sees these cases all the time, so he's kind of immune to life struggles. Or maybe he thinks I exaggerated, which I didn't need to exaggerate. If anything, I've got so much more to say. I just can't believe. I can't believe it. I wish I can't go back in time. And it's ironic because the very thing would be my anxiety, my anxiety disorders were caused from trauma. I wasn't born like this. It's the result of years of abuse, coercive control, treated like an object or property, and being used for someone's gratification. When I was my most vulnerable and weakened state, and basically attacking me while I'm at my weakest, when I'm vulnerable and alone. And for what? Just to make a few bucks. I could have easily done the same if I didn't have the integrity and just sold my house just for money. But my house was my stability. I paid off the house. I should have the benefit of living in peace within its walls, and the opportunity to leave it to my children for a legacy, and to finally face my demons, my abusers, and just make wrong right, and be the example that they need me to be. And the times are hard, and to have the security and the stability of a home, somewhere to live. I can't believe the loss. And I'm still processing the abuse and the cruelty from somebody who's supposed to protect and support me, my parent, my father. He was my best friend in my later years, of course. But after my son died, it just stirred up old repressed memories, which revealed some truth that were repressed in my mind. Just abuse that was so horrific and so damaging that I called my dad and straight blamed him for my son's death. Not that he was the one who murdered my son. But my kids, me, their childhood was there was abuse inflicted on us, and I thought I took the abuse and spared my children of it. That everything I was doing was out of love and protecting them. But being raised in abuse, in such an insidious type of abuse, while I was very young and my brain was still developing, it damaged that natural process. Trauma and abuse, that's at a young age too. When I was just a baby, I was just a kid, too young to even understand what was going on. And no way for help. Just like my mother enabled my abuse by my father, just like I enabled the abuse of my own children by their father. Neither one of us having a proper upbringing and knowing what love is and what healthy even is. My mother grew up, she had a horrible childhood. My mother, her mother's mother, going back 8 generations. So it's my mother's brothers. But it's 8 layers of children victimized systemically by our government, the United States of America. They passed a policy of like warfare, an act of genocide against the indigenous people, the first Americans, the Indians. At a young age, my mother was 8 generations of I'm a descendant to 8 generations that I'm aware of. I don't know how far back it goes, but of the children being stolen as early as like 2 and 3 years old by our government and taken hundreds and hundreds of miles away from their home, their family, their life, their culture. And it was an effort to kill the Indian, save the child. They brutalized these children. They beat them. They abused them, all forms of abuse. My mom only got a 6th grade education. She doesn't understand legal jargon. And I believe the implication of her actions. She's been programmed, it's at a young age is all I can think, to hate her own by white people. My dad is white. He left her in 1982 for another woman and her family. When my dad met my mom, she was from a reservation in Arizona. I believe my dad was a bartender. And he took her from Arizona, moved her to California, where she's completely isolated and dependent on him. But my mom, I'm sure with my dad's help, because he was a real estate agent, but alone with her, she's 100% full-blooded Indian. She got a loan from the federal government to buy the house in 1977, brand new. It was an effort to help children of native children to have like a home off the reservation. Even the grant was intended for the children. My mom, in 2005, she left Apple Valley to go back to the reservation. She had a big house built for her at no cost to her. And my now ex-husband at the time in 2005 was arrested on his second felony charge, which I bailed him out with our 401k because he was calling me and telling me how he was getting victimized in jail, like a holding jail. So I thought I did the right thing in bailing him out, and I thought he would get a job, and he'd work hard to replenish that bail money, because at that time we had 4 children, and kids were always priority. But that was all a facade, and he did not care about any security for me or the children. And he was out for a year during the whole court trial. And made my life a living hell. I even filed for divorce while he was incarcerated, because he was a bad man. But without legal counsel to guide me and represent me, I was not capable of doing the divorce. It's a law that everyone has equal access to the legal system, like for the same amount of the rights to have the same amount of help. Like if you have a disability, they're supposed to supply you with reasonable accommodations. And if you're in this situation, I highly recommend you file out, I think it's like the MC 100 or something like that. But you file that motion. And I know they refer to an ADA coordinator. So it's just disability accommodations for an ADA coordinator, where they're supposed to help you. Because they can't like tell you what to say, but they can assist you. I'm getting tired. I got maybe 3 hours of sleep last night, and I didn't pack. I really thought this was a no-brainer. I had it won. I was so confident. But this is just round 1 of the war. And, you can't win them all. But I'm a worthy adversary or opponent. And they'll be sorry they ever messed with me, because I'm not going to back down, and I won't take shit from anyone, not anymore. I'll keep going after them. Justice will be served. So this is not in vain. I'm just in shock. That's all. guess my wishful thinking, it kind of reality smacks you in the face. But that's okay. It's okay, you know. I'm still very fortunate. I'm very lucky. I'm very blessed. And oh my God, I'm getting sleepy. I might just make a phone call to the District Attorney Fraud Division and see how interested he is with my current information. Because I've been fucked with, and I don't know. It's so hot. They don't know what they started. They don't. And I'll take it from there. I filed whatever report I need to file. To make their life hell. I need to file, if I had an attorney, I need to file a quiet title action and freeze their assets so they don't sell my house to an unsuspected buyer. I just need a pro bono lawyer that specializes in real estate, tribal laws, domestic violence. God, it's hitting me. I'm getting sleepy. But you know, it is what it is. I gave it my best. I truly did. And it ain't over. Not till I win. God, it sucks not having money. It puts you at such a disadvantage. Can't still believe I'm homeless. Why would I take the puppies seriously? But I have nowhere to go. I have nowhere to go. I have nowhere to go. So, until I can start working on this case with a qualified attorney who can present it in a way that I wasn't able to, I guess. That's all right. I'm not a lawyer. You live and learn. It's so hot. I've suffered so much. I really thought that I not only would keep my house, that I would be awarded damages because of all of the suffering and the harassment and the injustice. It's just so wrong in every way. A lot of hopes and dreams gone. I guys. Can't believe it's gone. Gosh. I'm getting fuzzy-headed. I gotta go home and start packing in this godforsaken heat. My tolerance to heat is pretty low. God, I have no idea what I did with the puppies. But I can go on my chat GPT or my Hey Google and see if they have any